Look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. Are you ready to go? LB, are you ready to go? Nikki, you ready to go? We're going to do this. Laura, you ready to go? All right, we're going to do it. We're going to kill it.
Are you ready?
Every one of us. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. We are going to kill it.
Yes.
Whose episode is this?
Please check your fingers to your nose and make sure that
I did. You saw me.
Yeah.
Like thumb right up there.
It is my episode.
Yeah, she's got to talk about this wine. Hers is not a twist up, so she's got to open it.
Well, hello, sippers, and welcome to another episode of 4 Sips In.
You almost got through that without laughing. Nikki.
I looked at Laura, and she's like, you got your secretary voice.
Laura, I need you to cover your face.
All right, I'm covering.
Tonight on the lineup, we have Brianna
Hey.
and Laura
Sup?
and LB. Hi. And I am Nikki. We are all here tonight. And I have, for snackies, we have cheese sticks. And it's not mozzarella sauce, it's marinara sauce.
Mozzarella sauce.
I knew it started with an M, but it was not coming
Yes.
to me. So we have cheese sticks and marinara sauce, and they are absolutely delicious.
Yeah, can't stop. You're going to have to move them.
You can't go wrong with cheese. Like,
Right.
Oh, yeah, and then frying it.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, you can fry almost anything, and it's
can.
good, but especially cheese.
yeah,
Like, it's
big
just...
cheese lover.
For tonight's wine, I went to Publix yesterday.
And it was on sale.
Actually, it was not. That was the problem. I
Oh.
couldn't. There were no buy one, get one frees that I thought looked interesting.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know what to get. And so I was standing there observing the wine out, and then this man came up and this other woman came up, and they started a conversation because he was trying to find the right wine to get for, I don't know if it was his wife or his significant other, whatever. Like he had bought,
Mistress.
whatever they were. He had bought steaks and had all this stuff, and he was trying to find the right wine. So this was the wine that she suggested to him.
Oh.
So I grabbed it too. I was like,
Yeah.
that's an interesting story. I'll just grab this because whatever. So this is STE. Is that Saint? What is that?
Yeah. No, I think it's Chateau Saint Michel.
Chateau Chant. Say that again.
I think it's Chateau Saint Michel. I
Okay.
don't know, but yeah.
It's Columbia Valley 2020, and it says Washington State's founding winery.
Wait, so not California?
I think
We're in
this might be
Washington?
our first not California bottle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, Washington.
Since 1967, the dedicated winemakers at
We don't know. We don't know, y'all.
Say something.
Chateau Michel have transformed the finest grapes into some of the world's most spectacular wines in the world. Rich with red fruit. Good Lord.
Oh, bless it. Bless it.
Rich with red fruit flavor, the complexity and structure of this Cabernet remains delectable.
Nikki, just go up and open the bottle.
At every sip, especially when paired with beef, game, or burgers.
Or mozzarella sticks.
So I like that it tells us what to pair it with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we didn't, but it's
And
okay.
the well is not a hugely deep well.
No,
It's not.
it's not.
Okay.
Okay,
Huh.
so it's not a huge...
Let's all finger it.
Yeah, let's figure it.
That's what it looked like.
Let's compare
Okay.
Yeah, this bottle was
Oh,
18.
yeah, that's deeper right there.
Yeah, this is a lot deeper.
Yeah.
This was an 18.99.
But that one's wider, I think.
Yeah,
It's shorter, too.
yeah. It's a smaller bottle. Yeah.
Interesting.
So maybe it's just
Good,
bottle
clear
size.
this.
Yeah,
So,
clear it up.
Anyway, yeah, that's all about this bottle.
That's it. We're cutting it. Cutting it there.
That's all I got on this one. It was
But we're excited to try
it
it.
was $18.99, and I was like, that's pricey, but
Ooh.
you just can't.
So we're getting like...
You can't
like,
put a price on a good recommendation that somebody else
That and it's for y'all. So
got. Oh.
So this is fancy. Like
Yeah.
$18.99.
$18.99,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
it wasn't buy one get one free.
Wow.
But
Nikki
this
really
is what
splurged for us.
the lady at Publix recommended. So
Okay.
The mistress.
the mistress,
You got this.
go.
Look, I saw those
Look at
muscles.
Yeah, it sounded so crisp.
they were deep in there. How do you release?
I like it how
Just
it's
pull it
gelatin.
off again.
Like you just pump it and it's like... Like all the way up, Nikki.
Stop! It won't go up.
Oh, well you broke it.
I broke it.
Matt's going to be so upset.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, I didn't have enough muscle.
Brianna had to touch.
I went to
Brianna
the
had to
gym
finish
today just for that moment.
Yeah.
Y'all.
So it's your turn to pour.
Oh, do you need
Yeah.
more?
Yeah, I'm empty.
I didn't know what that was. I didn't know that's what you wanted.
Gracias.
So I did not really prepare any talking points for this episode. I did look like 5 minutes before and tried to find some things on Google.
Oh.
So the two things I found were morning routines
Oh.
or what job did you want when you were little.
Oh.
So
Okay.
which one do you think y'all want
Both?
to talk about? Both. Which one do you want to
No.
do first?
Jobs when we were little.
Okay. So I thought this one was interesting because I very specifically remember what I wanted to do and why. So
Let's hear it.
there was an episode of
How old were you?
probably elementary school.
Okay.
So it was Full House, and it was the episode where they went to Disney. Y'all remember that episode?
Yes.
They also went to SeaWorld.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the people swimming with
Yeah.
the killer whales, and that was the first time I'd ever seen that. And I was like, that is
That
what
is
I
it.
want to do.
Yes.
Is that
That
a
is
marine
it.
biologist? Because I feel like
Well,
everyone
hold-
wants to be a marine biologist.
For
Hold
sure.
on.
For sure.
I was told that you have to be a marine biologist to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that quickly deterred me from wanting to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Later in life, I found out when I watched Blackfish that it was just people that had no education that were in there swimming with those fish. It's probably a good thing I did not go down that path.
Because, like, where would you be today?
You
No
could have been
education?
overly qualified for it.
Or I would have been overly qualified, dead, or not have a job at this point.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. That's true. So my parents often told me this story when, and I think it was just like based on like the environment that I grew up in and like different things that were happening at like the preschool, you know, different activities that I took. But we lived very close to Fort Campbell, so there was a lot of aviation because the 101st Airborne is there. So like I was obsessed with Chinooks, and then so when
It's like a helicopter.
yeah, but it has two propellers, so it's like it's long with two propellers, and so apparently when I was 3, I said that I wanted to be a Chinook pilot, a ballerina, and a millionaire. So I'm currently 0 for 3.
Oh. That's great.
And if we can get a lot more listeners, maybe I could be 1 for 3, y'all. So,
So if you could help Brianna out with her
Right.
dreams.
But no, I really thought that, or I guess really wanted, I was taking dance at the time, so I was going to be a ballerina, a Chinook pilot, and a millionaire. Turns out I am not at all graceful, so I cannot do ballet, and I have terrible eyesight, so no one's going to let me fly anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How far did you get in ballet?
Not far. I mean, I'm not
So
graceful.
you were in third
yeah.
grade?
I mean,
Or you were 3?
Well, I was 3 at this moment,
Okay.
but I took ballet for a little bit longer. But I mean, you've seen me dance. I don't have rhythm. Like,
I
it's
mean,
not
I
a
don't know.
thing that occurs. So yeah, all those dreams died, and then I decided that I wanted to be a doctor. I guess maybe I was still on the millionaire train, but I was going to be a neurologist. Is what I decided I was going to be. I was going to be
That's smart.
Yeah, I was going to be.
for-
A
How old were you?
Well, this was when I was older. I guess I was in middle school at this time. Yeah, I wanted to be a pediatric neurologist.
Wow.
And then I took biology freshman year of high school, and I had to dissect things.
Oh.
And when I opened up that rat and it bled all over the table, I was out.
Wait, so wasn't
I was
it
out
already
for
dead
medical school
and it
then.
still bled?
Yeah, it still had blood in it. Or
Did
it
y'all
had
have to
something
do
in it.
frogs?
Oh, we had to do the frog, and I made it through the frog fine. It was
Did
the
you take
rat.
the eyeballs and do like
That-
bouncing balls?
No.
The eyeballs, you could take them and they would bounce like a bouncing ball.
Well, you know what? If that had happened with rats too, I might have been able to get through it.
You
But
would be surprised at how long I
yeah.
carried around frog eyeballs
Ooh,
because they bounce.
Wait. How did you carry them,
In my
Nikki?
pocket.
Frog eyeballs? That's concerning. Like, I'm concerned.
We have unlocked a whole nother level of Nikki here.
Yeah, I'm concerned.
Because I opened up that rat, I vomited, and I said, no.
I don't remember dissecting anything in biology.
So did you have friends that y'all played?
Yes,
ball
like
with?
we legit played with these frog eyeballs.
So you made sure you kept them.
It was
Like,
like
when you were
it was
done
like
playing.
paper football,
Well, I
but
mean,
with
the
frog
teacher didn't come
eyeballs.
around and go, check mark, we have all the parts here. Like,
You took them in your pocket, and then you guys, like, bounced them. and then made sure you took them back for the next game.
I'm gonna need some more wine.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm over here like cackling all over it. Oh wow.
Interesting.
That is really, really, really cool. I have to say, you're my kind of people. I don't know that I would do that, but still, I would be interested to talk to you at that time and wonder what was happening.
Yeah, I think everybody wondered what was happening there.
How'd you get rid of them?
I don't
You just
know.
lose them?
I guess
So
I
you're gonna
lost
tell?
them at some
Are you gonna
point.
ask Piper to bring some home if she?
God, no.
You gonna let her know
no.
that they bounce
I
so
don't
she's
know.
prepared?
I am really looking forward to that call from the principal. Excuse me, your daughter is bouncing frog eyeballs down the hallway.
Oh yeah, I taught her. It's all right.
Tell her all about that.
I told her you could play quarters with them.
Look, we had one class where people were playing quarters in the summer. There was all kind of things going on in my high school.
Oh man, those are good. Were good times, weren't they?
They were. I really did have a good time in high school.
And we will be right back.
Hey sippers, this is Brianna from 4 Sips In. If you love candles as much as I do, check out Great Bear Wax Company. The soy wax candles are hand poured in small batches and the scents are amazing. Use code Brianna for 10% off your purchase on burnbear.com. Hope you enjoy.
Would y'all do high school over again, knowing what you know now?
Nope.
I don't think I would either.
0%.
No, I was 260 pounds. Like, I was like the fat goth chick in the corner with like one friend. It was horrible.
You should have grabbed those frog eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, it was bad.
made some
I
friends.
hated high school. I was depressed. I was like anxious. I was smart. I was
So
not
did you
popular.
do like you said goth? Did you do like the whole?
Oh yeah, I wore like serial killer t-shirts, like all black.
Oh.
I had
How
my tongue
thick
pierced,
was
my
your
eyebrow
eyeliner?
pierced.
How thick was your eyeliner?
I don't know if I even wore eyeliner.
Surely you
Oh.
I probably
did. Surely
did.
you did.
You were
But
not
I was just-
without like
Yeah.
black or blue eyeliner.
Yeah, I mean,
Laura and I totally would have been friends in high school.
I don't know. You were in a sorority.
That doesn't mean that wasn't
That's
high school,
so
and that also
different.
doesn't.
I had one friend. Literally one friend. Literally.
We would have had two if we went to the same high school.
Would we have been friends?
I think we would have. I
Maybe.
think we would have. I mean, like, I had friends with eyebrow piercings.
Okay, I had eyebrow, I had tongue piercing. I was always in black. I was fat. I was goth. I was quiet, but I was really smart. I was just a weird kid.
World.
Yeah, I was just a weird kid that just hated everyone in life.
We may not have been friends if you hated
Yeah.
everybody.
I mean, I got along with everyone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't any group that I had a problem with.
When did you grow out of the whole goth stage? After high
Like,
school?
After high school, yeah. When I grew up.
Our high school, like, I don't have, like, bad... When I think about high school, I don't have bad thoughts. I don't think it was bad or any of that. And I also don't think... I guess everybody's experience was probably different, but I was not in the popular crowd, but I was friends with all of them. And then I was friends with everybody else. I don't feel like... And I guess it was because it was such a small school, because there were only, like, 90 people in my class, somewhere between 90 and 100.
that's pretty small.
Like, you know everybody. I don't feel like... I'm sure there was bullying, but I didn't, like...
Did you go to prom?
Yeah, I went to prom.
Okay, you went to prom. Did you do like the senior like things, the senior vacation or whatever they did? Or
Yeah, I went on the senior trip.
Yeah, see, I didn't do any of that. Like that didn't exist for me. I wasn't in any of that. I didn't know those people. I didn't do prom. I didn't do senior trip. I didn't.
I have not like seen anyone that I went to high school with like since I graduated college. You know, like I would go back home during college and there would be like one or like two people that I would maybe see. But, and like my best friend growing up, she went to a different high school. She and I still talk very regularly, but I have not seen a single person that went to my high school since then. So like I wouldn't go back and do it again because I'm like, well, who would I talk to now? But I did have people to talk to then.
Yeah.
Man, if I knew what I know now, I would be so cool. Like I would be legit, like awesome. Like I would just own it. You know what I mean? Like I would be
Yeah.
confident, and I would just
Right,
be
like-
who I am and
For
love
sure.
me or hate me.
I think, yeah, I mean, I would handle it all very differently, but I just don't think that I would, like, want to bother with doing it again. If that makes
No.
sense.
It's just
like,
so hard. Life as a high schooler, as a student in general, even college is hard.
It's traumatic.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, it really
it's not-
is.
Now it's a whole new level.
I thought college was so much fun. I stayed there 5
Well,
years.
yeah.
I loved college. I would do that again.
Yeah. I just hear
it was a great time.
Yeah, love college, but
I didn't have any friends in college either. Like, people tried to be friends with me, and I was just like,
Well, that's your own fault then.
No, it is. Like I had social anxiety. Like, people would be like, let's do this. And I was like, no, let's not. Yeah. Because I was so scared of any type of social interaction with anyone. I was bad, y'all.
I will say that, like, I really thought that, like, the friends that I had in college, because, like, they were no longer your high school friends, right? They were your college friends. And, like, I thought that those were going to be, like, my friends.
Ride or die.
For life.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this, these are my girls forever, no matter what, they're going to be here. And then I think after you graduate college, you have that realization that, like, so many of your friends, and, like, so many of your friends throughout your life, like, not just in college, but in high school, too. And, like, sometimes, in the early years of adulthood, like, they're all just friends of convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you all just live in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're going to continue to, be best friends until one of you no longer lives in the same spot.
Yeah.
And then you're just not, I guess I look back on college a lot more fondly than I look back on high school. So, like, I love still going, going back.
Dude,
I don't
go
go
back
to
college?
this. I would probably go back and do college again. But I
Would you
not
do it differently?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would like to think that I learned some things between then and now.
What'd you learn?
Right?
What would you do differently?
I would go to more classes.
Yeah, I would not party every night and spend money
Really?
on parties.
I didn't do a 4-year college. I went to like a 2-year college.
I went to JUCO. I went to junior college.
See, I think I would have more fun now, but I went
I
to
didn't,
all
like,
my
live
classes.
on campus
I did
or-
very well at school.
I mean, I had fun. Like, I had a lot of fun in college, but
Too much?
Yes.
I wouldn't say too much. I would say probably the right amount, because I mean, I had great grades, and I would not spend as much time calculating what I was gonna get, and if I was worried about that,
Yeah.
and if I could take the B and not the A. I think I would have strived harder to get the A instead of just
Right.
taking the B, because I'm like, I cannot go to this class today and I'll be good, because I'm still gonna get a B. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, again, like I said, on my, like, with my 30th birthday, like, I would go back and, like, tell myself to calm down, because I remember constantly being like, I need to get my life together. Like, I need to get my life was fine. It was fine. Like, if Brianna then saw Brianna now, like, in the mornings trying to get stuff together and try to get out of the house, I mean, Brianna then had it going on. I just had to roll out of bed, throw on some clothes, and get
You
to
were
class.
responsible for two other humans.
Right, yeah.
Which is a lot.
But I constantly was like, I don't have it all together.
So worried about.
Yeah, because it was just like, I don't know, maybe it's like one of those things, but you're told in middle school that, like, oh, your high school teachers are really going to care about this, this, and this, and then you're told in high school, like, your college professors are not going to tolerate these things, and they're really going to care, and then your college professor, like, shows up in a Hawaiian shirt, and, like, they might still be drunk, and you're like,
Or hitting on the girls in the class.
Right,
Yeah.
like, they've dated the entire gymnastics team, and you're like, what is going on?
So, my senior, like, my very last class, like, my last set of classes, when I was sitting down with my advisor, he was like, he told me to specifically take this one class because it was going to be easy A. He's teaching it. It'll be an easy A. You'll be fine. Well, we got into the class, and he never actually did anything. Like, we never really took tests or anything. And he was like, well, I'm going to have, and I was sitting in his office one day for some reason. He was like, well, I'm going to have to give some people B's. And I was like, you're not giving me a B because you specifically told me to take this class because it was going to be an easy A. And I have calculated that against my C that I'm going to get in business law to average out. So I have to have the A in this class. And you know what? I got an A in that class.
It's like being a college, like a higher education teacher, teach adjunct, and I'm like, if I would have known then what I am doing now,
What would you have done? Tell us. What's different?
well, I just thought it was like they had their stuff together, like they had it together, and like they were, like most of them were like nothing after this deadline on time, but most of what I'm trying to say is they had it. It looked like they had it together, and when in fact they do not.
Yeah.
I had a marketing teacher once that he decided that the way to go, instead of him having to make the test, was for each to break the class up into like 4 different groups.
Yeah.
And each time, this group would make the test, and then this group would make the test, and then this group would make the test. So
Genius outsourcing. I love it.
No, that's the rule of thumb that I do is don't work harder than the student. And
well, of course, we all share the questions with each other. I mean, what else would you do? And then, so he gets mad that we've all made 100 all the time.
oh my God.
And then he says, and I don't know about this one poor guy over here that none of you gave the answers to. Because he made an F.
There's always that one. Probably would have been Laura, but
It would have definitely been me. Wait, what made him stick out from the rest that he got the F?
I'm sure he didn't come to class.
yeah, he
Oh.
didn't get the test from all of his
Yeah.
friends. Yeah,
I
I
went to
had
class.
one professor that his son was taking the class at the same time that all of us were. And I mean, it was a lecture of like 300 people, and he had several sections of it, so this was a lot of people. But the sororities and fraternities all shared test banks. And so it was like if your teacher gave your test back to you, then, you file it because professors are supposed to be changing their tests. I'm sure this professor did change his test, except for his son was in the class and got mad at him and apparently took his test, is what I was told. Like, I didn't know the son, but he apparently like went into the study and took the test.
Holy cow.
And
That's like
gave
you see on
it,
movies.
right? Yeah, and like submitted it, and so like everybody got a copy of it except for anyone who wasn't in Greek life. So it was like a very similar situation, except like imagine it falling on the exact percentages of Greek life of like people who got like 100s or those who were clever enough to get one question wrong so they didn't have a radar on their back. Anyone listening in college, do that to get one question wrong.
At least.
Yeah, so you don't have a radar on you, but it like fell exactly along that.
I never
like, yeah, be careful about that.
On the college campus, why the university would get so frustrated with Greek life. They would get frustrated. And yes, we had a great time. We always had a great time. But who was at every single thing you needed some people to show up to?
Right.
Who was running SGA? Because nobody else was wanting to do stuff.
Yeah.
That was who always showed up and did. And that always frustrated me.
It always frustrated me about block seating too. So like block seating forever was done on spirit points. And so how you got spirit points for your organization were like showing up to all the other sports except for football, because block seating was for football. And that it would, you scanned in to other sports, and that's how you earned points for your organization to then get block seating. Well, then they opened it up to like every organization, which like fine in theory, except like they don't show up to all the other events to get that. And then it did not work out on like them showing up to football, because guess what? Some of these organizations don't care about football. And then, good or bad, like TV likes it too when they pan over there and it's full.
Right.
Because the thing about block seating is that if you have that, your organization gets fined if you are not all there an hour before kickoff and 15 minutes after the end of the game. That's why those things stay full, and everybody else will just leave. And so it's like they tried to open it up to every organization, and then every other organization except for Greek life lost their block seating the first season because they wouldn't show up early. They weren't dedicated, like you're saying, like to doing everything else. So it's so frustrating they get mad about that, but those are the people that like actually will show up and do the things.
We would be at our Panhellenic meetings, and they would be like, we need people to do this, this, and this. You're coming to us to do stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it would drive me nuts.
Remember, I loved, there was one fall that while I was in college at University of Tennessee, and of course I had a lot of friends that went there being from Tennessee, the university put every fraternity on the row on social probation. So every fraternity on the row was on social probation. They couldn't have parties, they couldn't, drink in their houses or anything. So they made t-shirts that said "So Pro" on the row.
Oh my God.
And so they made money selling t-shirts about how they were all on social probation. I was like, you gotta love all these fraternities coming together to really celebrate something.
Love it when a fraternity comes together.
But yeah, I mean, it was just like,
you would get on probation for the most nonsense things, and then things that actually happened, it would be like, oh, well, that's fine. You'd be like, okay, well, they're on probation because like somebody made their pledge bring them Taco Bell, and then this other one that's like actually drugging their punch. Like, well, honest mistake.
That was an accident.
Yeah, I wasn't in a sorority, and I just kind of like steered clear, I guess. I didn't really have any friends, so it's like if you're not one, then it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But, I
But
guess
you were
I
in
had
a
friends.
sorority?
Huh?
But you were in a
No,
sorority?
I wasn't in one.
Oh.
I think the school I went to was a lot smaller. So, how to say this? The school I went to was a lot smaller, so the Greek life was very different than what you would see at Alabama
I could
or
see
Auburn.
that. Yeah,
Like, I would have never been able to be in a sorority at Alabama or Auburn, but
Gotcha.
where I
That
was
was
at,
what
it
I
was
was
a
up
small
against,
school.
yeah.
I was at a small school, and dues were very, very cheap.
I will say at Auburn too, it's less competitive. I don't know that I would have been in a sorority at Alabama for both monetary reasons and just like how tough it is at Alabama. But at Auburn, we didn't have houses, and there still aren't houses, so your dues were only like $500 a semester.
Yeah, we didn't have
Which is
houses
not that
either.
much.
We didn't have houses
Yeah.
either. And then,
And that covered our fee for all like day parties and formals and everything like that. Because again, you couldn't add on any extra costs because that's assessing, and assessing is hazing.
and like like I will say at Alabama, like you can go to your house and eat.
Right, like
Any
your
time of the
meals are
day.
100% covered.
Like, I feel like some of that is completely worth it for the amount of food that you get. Like they have a chef that is on staff that is always there 3 meals a day,
and like
then
unlimited snacks.
unlimited
Like they have
snacks,
like snack
whatever you want to come through,
rooms
you
and-
can get food.
Do you have any idea what they're talking about? Because I'm so totally lost. Like, what did we start this with? Like, what we were going to be when we grow
Yeah,
up?
what
yeah,
are you gonna be?
We really derailed from that, but we'll bring it back.
So lost.
And we will be right back.
Hey, it's LB from 4 Sips In. Are you a mom who could benefit from postpartum support? Check out happymomswellness.com to learn more about this valuable monthly support that is delivered straight to your door. Use code PODCAST to get 10% off your first order of the postpartum monthly subscription boxes.
But just let me tell you what Dustin wanted to be when he was in pre-K.
Okay. Yes.
He wanted to be a fire truck.
A fire truck.
A fire truck.
Awesome.
I was so proud pre-K. I was like, yes! Woo, woo, woo! You want to be a fire truck, baby? You be a fire truck.
What did you want to be when you were little?
Okay, so when I was in 5th grade, I super remember this. When I was in 5th grade, I read a book that really resonated with me. And it was about teaching seeing eye dog.
Oh.
And so I thought I was going to be a seeing eye dog trainer.
I love it.
I was going to teach dogs to be seeing eye dogs. I didn't realize that was like a volunteer thing.
Or like a prisoner thing.
Yeah, prisoner. Yes, definitely a prisoner thing. So like as I got older, I realized, well, this really isn't legit, like something I could do. But that's what I thought I was going to do when I was in 5th grade. Was seeing eye dog. Yeah, please do. Thank you.
This wine is actually really good.
It is
It's
good.
really
It is good.
smooth.
Yeah.
It's definitely
The
tastes
lady
like
at Publix
$19.
knew what she was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
What
not
about
steer
you?
you wrong.
Yeah, what we're going to do.
I don't know if I could phone in a caller of my mom and tell me I'm pretty sure it's to be a veterinarian.
That's a good one.
I
did
had
that
a
too.
phase
Yeah.
where I wanted to be a veterinarian, and I grew up on a farm, and my dad thought it was funny to show me what veterinarians had to do to see if the cow was pregnant.
Oh.
And then after that, I no longer wanted to be a veterinarian. So that is his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only had like the butterflies and rainbows.
Yeah.
There's definitely a different side to that. So I think that I'm pretty sure that's what I wanted to
Just
be.
like every kid want to be a marine biologist and a
yes, I
veterinarian.
mean there.
Do you know how cool it looked swimming with
Yeah.
those farewell?
And the dolphins and then the marine
Looks
life.
so cool.
Yeah.
It
But not only
looked
that-
like so much fun.
It was like Lisa Frank threw up on everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you think about like where they live, it's like, oh, tropical. Like, oh, yes.
But
But
I will,
it turns out being a marine biologist, like that degree doesn't get you a whole ton unless
Yeah.
you're just willing to like live out on an island
Yeah.
and like take people down for dives
But,
for
when
not that much money.
Yeah.
It really doesn't pay like
and if you've ever
Like everyone
seen
envisioned.
Blackfish, it will make you not even want to go to a zoo anymore. Like,
yeah,
it-
not
What is
seeing
that?
blackfish, and I love the zoo, so I think I'm gonna avoid it.
Yeah, I would.
What is it?
Is it like?
It's like a documentary about the practice of catching the killer whales and
Yeah,
Killing them?
not killing them, but like
No. Keeping
trapping
them in
them for the
captivity.
shows
Yeah,
and
keeping them in captivity.
it's rough.
Yeah, because like Free Willy,
Mm-hmm.
the treatment that he got.
Yeah. It's like Free Willy on a whole nother level.
And
Yeah.
he jumps.
Yeah, I mean, but you think about all the animals that get trained to do things. I mean, they go through some ish.
Yeah. And they were never meant to.
No,
Right.
no. So yeah. I think that's the closest. I mean, but I'm sure it changed.
So I guess I wanted to be like the equivalent of a prisoner.
So, after watching Blackfish, would you ever swim with dolphins? Or I guess, have you ever swum with dolphins?
No, I have never swam with dolphins.
Okay.
I might swim with dolphins, but I would really have some feelings about it. I also have never been to SeaWorld, and I really, really, really want to go so bad because I want to see the whales in person. Mm-hmm. But I also feel bad about paying money for those tickets.
I swim with dolphins. Like, should I feel bad?
No, I swim with dolphins too, and it's one of those things that, like, that's why I asked about it, because like
You saw
enjoy,
Blackfish?
like I've not seen Blackfish, but I know what it's about and know what it makes you feel afterwards, and I don't love the idea of just catching healthy killer whales and putting them in for them to entertain us.
But you're good with like killing stingrays.
I am good with killing stingrays with my bowfish, absolutely, 100%, which is probably why I lean more towards on the swimming with dolphins side. But like, I did really enjoy my time swimming with dolphins, and then when my oldest daughter, after she just turned 1, we went to this resort in Mexico that had the place that you swam with dolphins on site, and obviously she was very little, so we did not swim with dolphins with her, but we got to go out every day and watch the dolphin shows, and like it brought her a lot of joy, and she was like clapping along with like while the dolphins were like doing their little dance. And I will say, like, they told us that all those dolphins, they told us the different issues that those dolphins had and why they were in rehab and not out in the ocean, so that makes you feel a little bit better. But it is one of those things of like, you have to weigh like your enjoyment of going to the zoo versus like that animal being in captivity, and which is better. I don't know, like, I'm not any sort of moral high ground, and I'm not gonna pretend to be.
And I will say, like, a great day for me and Piper is going to the zoo.
Yeah.
And looking at even at her age, she still likes to go to the zoo and look at the animals. So it's a hard, like, I feel better about it if it's like an injured animal for some reason.
Yeah.
But when you take a killer whale and put it in the equivalent of a bathtub for it, and it has to swim in that the whole time for the rest of its life, that's kind of...
My elbow itches.
Oh my
I'm
god!
scratching.
You know what Preston has been saying around my kid?
About my kid?
No, to me,
Okay.
my kid's around. Let me touch your weenus.
Oh.
Wait, that's a weenus?
Yeah, you didn't know that's called your weenus.
I didn't know that's called your
But
weenus.
when you say to
I thought
a
it was elbow.
6-year-old who,
Oh, it's now the funniest thing that they've ever
And-
heard in their
and-
entire life.
yeah, so
and
I'm just like waiting for the
Why
call
is it a
from
weenus
school.
and not an
Yeah.
elbow?
I don't know. It's like the skin.
The
right
yeah,
here.
it's like a specific weenus part.
I don't know. I just remember someone telling me that in elementary school.
I just don't want to hear it 40 million times a day.
Fair. Totally
Is
fair.
how old?
6-year-old.
6?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, thank you everyone once again for listening to another episode of Four Sips In.
What?
We
We love you.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Find us on the socials. And until next time, cheers to... I had it and I forgot it. I did have one.
What you thought you were going to be when you were little. Woo!
That's it!
That's
That was it!
Yeah, cheers, y'all.
Cheers!
Wait, I'm the only one with nothing.
It was,
All right. No,
it
Nikki's
was,
got it now.
It was cheers to childhood dreams. That was what I was going to say.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yeah, we're like 4 sips in.
Only.
We're much more than 4 sips in at the moment.
Well, like 20 sips in.
I would say...
What's that?